It's Naruto Volume 6 time. I'm excited for this one because Sakura is finally, like, a main focus on the cover art, which is cool, because, like, each of these little thingies is based on, the artwork, and yeah, it's like Naruto, Sasuke, still based, like, Naruto and Kakashi half and half, forgot who that is, and, like, yeah, it's just kind of interesting that, like, it's taken this long for Sakura to get a cover, because, like, it's quite common for, so if you look at something like My Hero Academia, each one's a different character. So, like, Ochako is still pretty early. Like, yeah, I feel like Volume 6 is kind of late for your main girl to get a cover focus. Actually, I'm having a closer look at some of them. Like, I think, like, something like Seraph of the End tends to have, Seraph of the End's down here. It doesn't have it on the sides, but their cover art tends to be, like, say, a single character. Yeah, I'm excited for Sakura to get a focus. And also, I noticed on, like, the back with the little Sasuke art, you can see these slight parts, like, because, like, being hand-drawn, like, you can tell it's marker art, where you can see that, like, Kishimoto's gone slightly out of the lines, and I don't know, there's just something endearing about that. Especially because, like, digital art's been out long enough, like, you can easily fix that and things. I think there's just something cool about seeing, like, something like this where you can see those human errors. Also, I don't know why there's, like, 10 different receipts in here. I must have just chucked all the receipts from the stuff I bought that day into the book. But yeah, I'm excited for this volume. So last volume, I think we had just started the Chunin exams. Yeah, we had, like, the paper exam, and we're about to go into the forest exam thing. Okay, let's see if the front things sort of changed. Okay, so it's just that one volume that had the weird background thing with Sakura. They've kind of fixed that. Okay, this page seems to be the same each time. Well, like, there were a couple that had a thing, like, the first couple had the mentioning sort of this love triangle focus, but now they've put more focus on Naruto as the fox spirit. So yeah, Sasuke's still wanting revenge, still blushing, because everyone in this series is constantly blushing. Okay, and the other characters... Oh, I can just read the story so far for the recap. 12 years ago... Oh, okay, wait, so is Naruto 12? Nine-tailed fox spirit attacked the ninja village of Konohagakure? I should know how to pronounce this place. You'd think being 6 volumes in, I would know how to pronounce stuff. The Hokage, or village champion, defeated the fox by sealing its soul to the body of a baby boy. Okay, so, like, Naruto can't be, like, how old is a baby? Like, how old can you get before you, like, upgrade out of baby tier? Like, yeah, I feel like that, like, I feel like a 3-year-old's too old to be a baby, but maybe a 2-year-old, so, like, I feel like this sort of implies that Naruto's, like, 12. I feel like he was a fresh baby. He's, yeah, like, 14 is the absolute latest he can be then. And I'm guessing the other two are the same. These people are, wait, it's just clicked. These kids are 12! Bro, you guys should be, like, that's still primary school! Like, you guys should be reading, like, books and stuff, and, like, watching the Lego movie. Oh, wait, when did I know this came out way before the Lego movie. Wait, this, 1990, you guys should be playing Pokemon. You guys should be, like, playing Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! What are you guys doing? Okay, so they face a new danger in the Forest of Death. Alright, and they've got to get the scrolls and stuff. Cool. Let's read this chapter. So we're up to chapter 46. Cool. So we're getting into sort of the meat of it, I feel like, at this point. I mean, I know that it's a long series, but I feel like 40 chapters in is once you're starting to, like, if you're not getting to the point by 40 chapters, you're probably being a bit slow pacing-wise. Okay, this was a great chapter, like, in terms of just action, characterization, and stuff, like, I feel like, I mean, I generally like chapters, but this feels like an especially, like, a highlight. So, we're into the exam, and it feels like that they really get into it quickly, and you get this sense of, like, oh, the stakes are pretty high and dangerous. Like, so you immediately have a group that, like, gets, like, slugged. And yeah, I feel like that by setting stakes, because you don't want to hurt your main characters, because you want them to survive and stuff. So yeah, having sometimes, like, I guess just random team just die can help. I don't know if they're necessarily dead. I mean, that's kind of the implication, but yeah. So we've got our little gang, And naturally, we sort of have that, like, humor from Volume 1, like, that early Naruto humor's back of, like, Naruto's like, yeah, I need to pee-pee. And he's about to just do it in front of the group, which, like, I guess, like, in terms of safety, you know, you don't want to split up and stuff. But yeah, Sakura's like, no, don't do that. Cause yeah, like, I feel like there's probably very few cultures where that's appropriate. Like, I mean, I don't think I would pee in front of anyone, to be honest, regardless of gender. But yeah, there's definitely, because, like, especially, like, women's bathrooms are a lot more private than men's as well. Like, you don't see anyone doing anything. But, like, you do get the sense of, like, that she would be fine with watching Sasuke pee, which is, like, I know that you have a crush on him, but that's not romantic. What are you doing? And then, yeah, like, when he comes back, like, Sasuke immediately clocks that, like, this is suspicious. Um, and yeah, it does feel slightly gay, the way that he's like, yeah, you, like, Naruto's, like, right-handed and stuff. Like, I get that that they need to be, like, observational and stuff, like, from, you know, a ninja perspective, and especially because this seems to be a very common thing of everyone just constantly disguising themselves as someone else. But also, like, I don't think I would notice that. I don't know, it's like you're wearing the on the right, you know, left-handed and stuff. Like, yeah, I hadn't noticed that they were all right-handed. I mean, if I had to guess, I would assume it because most people are right-handed and thus most characters. Except I have a bad habit of drawing characters left-handed because I'm mixed dominant. So basically, I draw with my right hand, but, like, basically everything else I am left-handed. Somewhat. It's not always consistent. Like, some sport, like, with most sports, I will do left-handed. Like, when I use a sword, it is left-handed. But, like, there's some activities where it takes me a second to figure out, because, you know, like, how your teacher would be like, oh, you do it, like, this way if you're this hand, and it's like, yeah, just go based on, like, what you write with, and I'm like, that's not a helpful advice. Like, so things like javelin and stuff, I would have to figure it out just by, like, doing a test run with both hands, and, like, you only get 3 attempts with those kind of things half the time. So it's like, one, okay, which hand felt, like, the least weird? But yeah, that's to say that, like, I was like, I understand why Sasuke, like, would be, like, culturally that they should be able to notice these kind of things, but also, like, like, that's still a degree of attention to detail that's, like, yeah. And yeah, there's also, like, forgot the card that Naruto got right for the exam. So, like, this means that, I guess, like, wait. Hold up, I now need a picture, because, like, Naruto, yeah, like, they have, like, that little, hold up. I'm like, where's a picture of normal Naruto so I can compare, like, the drawing thing? I also feel like Sasuke is just constantly looking for any excuse to punch someone that looks like Naruto. And yeah, then we like fire stuff, and yeah, like the way that he draws actions, like, I really like. I feel like that Naruto's paneling feels different to a lot of other manga. I don't know if it's just like it's a bit older, because I know that styles do change, and that, like, older stuff tended to have, like, more panels on a page. I also feel like Kishimoto is really good at drawing, like, small illustrations. And yeah, we got, like, bombs and stuff. And then, like, yeah, I really like the way that they sort of have these stakes of, like, you can't ever trust that a character's who you think they are. And yeah, they establish this sort of, like, password system, which is a good idea. You know, it makes sense to have some sort of, like, keyword to make sure that, you know, because, like, basically everyone can just disguise themselves as someone else, so you kind of do need a system to make sure that you know who is who. And yeah, it's like this over the top poem, but they used that intentionally. Like, Sasuke's like, yeah, well, I would, like, suspected someone was eavesdropping, so someone's like, oh, Naruto, what's the password? And yeah, the fact that he gets it right, and it's like, yeah, no, that is not Naruto. Naruto is not memorizing that. Like, yeah, and I kind of appreciate that the way that fully, yeah, like, that he clocked that immediately. And that makes sense. Like, I do know that there's a thing where, apparently when you're lying, you add in more details than when you're telling the truth. Because you're, like, trying to overcompensate for, like, because you're making it up, you feel like you need to provide more stuff. I don't know how well that would work for me as a certified yapper who adds unnecessary details. Like, I am curious. I feel like you'd have to compare it to someone's normal, because I feel like I add in more details than normal anyway. I also kind of suck at lying. But also the fact that I'm aware of that, would that impact how I would lie? I don't know, I don't lie a lot because I'm bad at it. Okay, I say that that's the only reason and not like the moral concerns. Also, like, look at the first anniversary. Wait, this was a year? Right, no, that makes sense. Because there's like 52 weeks. Yeah, okay. It doesn't, like, okay, let's just click to that this is like a year's worth of story. Wow, okay. But the art's really cute. Wait, so one of the assistants. I do appreciate Naruto having things from the assistants. That was something I also really like in My Hero Academia. And I guess we got a shout out from Uzudaki, because woo, happy birthday, 1 year birthday to Naruto. Yeah, this art's really pretty. I wonder if this artist went on to do anything. Like, I hope that they did, because their style's pretty. And yeah, okay. I'm excited for the next chapter. But yeah, this one felt like that there was some cool, like, details about, like, how well, like, Sasuke knows Naruto and stuff. Like, yeah, like, as much as he acts all angsty, he's paid attention. Which, you know, is part of their job. But it's also, like, it feels like you've gone slightly above the curriculum here. Okay, everyone is traumatized. Like, jeez. So yeah, we start with like, this chapter, you know, we actually get a sense of what Naruto's doing. He's being eaten by a big snake. Honestly, the series is so good at, like, the tension and stuff, and, like, creating stakes, even though you know your characters aren't going to die. Like, I feel like that sometimes you don't buy into things because there's that sense of, like, oh, well, like, these are main characters. Like, this series is so good at actually making you go, oh snap. And, like, you buy into these people being unnecessarily powerful and stuff. And also, like, so this guy casts this, like, illusion of basically these kids being killed, which we've just established are 12-year-olds. Like, I can't imagine the mindset that would be needed to brutally, like, mentally torture these ninjas are messed up. Like, I don't care, like, if you're told to be, like, take this exam seriously and stuff. Like, jeez. And yeah, like, I feel like this is a moment that may be something that people would like, hate on Sakura for because, you know, she, like, freezes up. But I feel like this just shows how much more traumatized, like, Sasuke is. Like, Sakura, presumably, of the three, has had the most normal life. Like, I feel like it is completely justified here. Like, even, like, considering how, like, Sasuke's whole thing is, like, being unrattled and stuff, like, and also he has watched people die and stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know, I feel like the emotion there and that, like, the Sakura thing, like, she's just so, that's a child, like, this series is brutal, in a way that I just don't remember clicking when I was, like, yeah, I feel like it takes being like, old enough that you're like, geez, these are children, can you leave them alone? Like, yeah, and then we get, like, so this one sort of has, like, an A plot, B plot sort of thing that, like, merge together, and then, yeah, like, Naruto's in the snake, and he's trying to think of how to best, you know, get out of this situation, so, like, how to get vomited up by the snake. Can snakes vomit? I don't actually know. I don't know a lot about snakes. I just know that, like, rats can't vomit, and that's how rat poison works. But there's, like, a little memory thing where, like, you know, that basically Naruto and Sasuke have had a ramen eating contest of, like, eating as much ramen possible. And I want to see this. I want to see their silly little ramen eating contest. Like, these dorks are so stupid. Oh, like, that's just such a silly, petty thing to get competitive over. Like, that they're both eating to their limit. I feel like of the two, Naruto can eat slightly more food. I have faith in Naruto in that situation. But yeah, and then he uses, like, his doppelganger, like, hundreds of doppelganger art, which is a really cool thing. Like, I like that abilities come back and stuff. Like, that, yeah, people are using them in interesting ways. Like, I really hope that we get this level of depth. Like, I'm going to guess that as the series progresses, we're going to see more new abilities. But I really like the way that things aren't just a one and done, aren't always just used in the same way. Like, this is something that I don't particularly love about My Hero Academia, especially with Deku as the protagonist. Like, I get it's part of his character arc and stuff, but I still feel like that it isn't used creatively enough. And yeah, but I like how this series does seem to really consider the different ways you can utilize things. I don't know, it's just cool. And then yeah, we get like the sort of like payoff of the um of Naruto, and he's like, yeah, I couldn't remember the password, and he's like in this cool pose, and yeah, of course he couldn't remember the password, like, yeah, like, you expect Naruto to remember a poem, like, I can't remember the poem, although I can't remember people's names, but yeah, and yeah, it's also just really messed up seeing how, like, thrown off Sasuke is, like, I don't think I have ever seen him be this, I was gonna say not nonchalant, but I guess, like, I would say chalant. Is chalant the way you say that? I feel so bad for these children. Kakashi, why did you do this? Please, take my babies out of this exam. These children do not, these 12ies should not be here. These are children, please. Like, what was I doing in year 6? Well, I went to, like, a Canberra trip, like, like a school excursion. I don't even think I'd had friends date yet. I hadn't even had a period. Like, these are... Okay, that's made me realize just how young 12 is. Oh my gosh. Like, this is when you're starting to learn about puberty. No! Like, I feel like that's also adding to this sense of tension, is, like... Which, I guess, like, Alice, that's a disadvantage that some of the others... Like, I mean, most shonen tend to have younger protagonists. Like, there are some that are exceptions, things like Black Cat and stuff. But, like, a lot of protagonists now tend to be more, like, 14, 15, 16, rather than this sort of 12. And I know that Naruto does age up. But yeah, I feel like that... I mean, like, I would also be horrified if these characters were older, but especially the fact that they're 12. These characters are babies. Like, Naruto is younger than Sora. And okay, that's insane. So yeah, I'm definitely invested, and I hope that these guys get, like, some therapy at some point. No, don't do that to me, cause you know how, like, sometimes the blank art will have, like, don't put Sakura being horrified here. Don't do that to me. Bro knew exactly, like, which panel was just peak emotion, and they had to hurt me like that again. Don't do that to me. Okay, see, it's so difficult for me to stop here. I feel like if this is going where I feel like it's going, it's like, oh my gosh, okay, the things are starting to get juicy here. Oh my gosh, I'm just casually fanboying, like, oh my gosh. Okay, so, you know, like, Naruto's just gone bam 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 bam, and you know, they're all excited, but, like, Sasuke's like, leave. This guy is going to murder us. Which honestly, probably, like, this guy is creepy. Like, it's just, I feel like this, I don't even know what this doofus's name is, but Snake Dude is so creepy and, like, so good at just, like, yeah, like, you get the sense of, like, this guy could murder these children. I feel like the mercilessness of this world also contributes to that sense of dread. Like, the fact that everyone's basically trained to be these heartless soldiers, like, just gives you the sense that, yeah, like, these people are not going to show mercy on these children at all. Yeah, like, I feel like that even if your good guys are torture, like, people, like, yeah. And also, this one was one that must have gotten, like, colored art, which I wish that Viz Media sometimes did put, like, the colored version in the volumes. I'm guessing it's for, like, printing purposes, but, like, I want to see the pretty marker art. Because it was funny. Okay, side tangent, but I remember when I first started drawing manga, I didn't realize that, like, these sort of pages looked different because they were originally colored. Because I only had, like, My Hero Academia, and I had only seen it in black and white. I thought that they drew it with black and white markers. So I drew, like, the first page of, like, okay, it's technically my second manga, and I drew it with, like, grayscale Copics for those first couple of pages, because I thought that's what they did. I had so many dumb ideas. Like, I also didn't know what screen tones were, so I thought as part of their, like, manga training was to learn how to put neat dots all perfectly in a row. And then I learned what screen tones were and was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much more sense. But yeah, like, and then Naruto is losing it because, like, yeah, Sasuke is like, yeah, things are going badly. We need to, like, avoid dying. And, you know, he's like, every time, like, Naruto tries to rescue us, it goes worse, which is true. Naruto objectively does not have the best track record with rescuing. His, like, approach of just egging enemies on, to be honest. Like, Naruto will be like, I'm Naruto, and I'm, like, super duper cool, and you suck. Fight me. But, like, in a happy-go-lucky way, not, like, in a Bakugo angry way. And yeah, like, Sasuke is fully flipping out. Like, I have not seen him this messed up, which, again, like, Sasuke is a great... he's so effective at creating this meter of, like, oh, if Sasuke's, like, worried, we should be worried. Like, yeah, I feel like that's a good use of, like, a character like this sort of typically nonchalant thing, but, like, yeah, when you see them expressing clear feelings and stuff, it's like, oh, okay, we should also panic. And yeah, he's like, yeah, take the scroll. Like, this isn't worth dying over. And, you know, Naruto is like, dude, what are you doing? And, like, Sasuke goes to throw it to the guy, and, like, Naruto's like, no, don't do this. Like, the tension between these two, like, this is good stuff. I'm not even being coherent with any sort of explanation or analysis. I'm just here being like, oh my gosh, this is great. And yeah, like, Sasuke is freaking out, like, dude, like, let's do this. And yeah, Naruto full on punches him and just is like, yeah, this has to be, like, this has to be a fake. Because he's like, I forgot the password, so I can't prove it. And it feels less so, like, based on any rationality, because, like, we have no reason as the audience to suspect that this Sasuke is fake. Like, this is more coming from Naruto being, like, this fundamentally goes against who Naruto believes Sasuke to be. He's like, no, Sasuke is, you know, not a coward and stuff, and I would argue this isn't cowardice. Like, but Naruto's got this very black and white juvenile approach to sort of, like, what heroics is, you know. You've always got to be giving it 100%. Naruto, you need some therapy. And, like, he does bring up a fair point that, like, even if we hand the scroll over, there's not necessarily the assurance that they will live. So yeah, like, that he could just kill. And then I think we're going to get some Demon Fox stuff. Like, I feel like that him being messed up by, like, because he definitely is very focused on Sasuke. I feel like Sasuke occupies 99% of his thoughts. The other 1% is ramen. And just, like, yeah, I feel like this is very shattering, because he's probably projected, like, because they haven't known each other for all that long. Sasuke isn't a particularly open individual, and, like, with that sense of rivalry, I'm guessing the Sasuke in Naruto's head is not the real Sasuke. And he's probably got this very idealistic, like, sort of image of him as basically who Naruto wants himself to be. Like, cool, you know, always brave sort of thing. Like, not a traumatized 12-year-old. I am not going to get over the fact that these characters are 12. And yeah, like, so this is him kind of freaking out because such a big part of, I guess, like, his worldview is, like, this admiration and stuff, and yeah, he's just losing it. So I'm very excited for where this is going, because we haven't seen a lot of this Demon Fox form, and I feel like, I don't know, there's just something juicy about, like, contrasting a character like Naruto, this little guy, like, this goofy little guy with some, like, yeah, I feel like Naruto is the perfect character to have some, like, sort of monster inside, because, like, there's something haunting about it. It's similar to, like, how, like, you know, you give, like, someone like Sora a rage form, like, yeah, the contrast, and yeah, just, like, the way that also Sasuke is like what, like, Sasuke is already, like, shook by, like, what's going on, but also being like, what is going on here? Because yeah, I feel like we haven't really gotten a lot of this Fox thing, so I'm so excited for where this is going. Oh, and we get more cool art from the assistants. I like the assistant arts. They're also good at this. What? Okay, I don't know how that chapter managed to have that many gut punches. Because, like, I saw the first thing, I was like, oh, are we sort of maybe going to, like, a flashback, you know, getting a breathing space? No. So, we once again raise the stakes further, because they're like, there's some weird deaths. And, like, death has been established to be something that's, you know, it's like, okay, like, that's not, that was allowed. But, like, they realize that, oh, this is not, like, we get the sense that this is some big bad dude that they're like, oh, snap. Also, like, why are you in an exam for children? Well, I guess it's not really an exam for children, but yeah, like, they're like, oh, this is not good. And yeah, like, seeing these adults panic, like, there's sort of, like, levels of, like, which characters you see panic makes you go, oh no. And yeah, this chapter. Okay, so I know how I predicted, like, I think it was back in volume 4 was when I thought things were starting to get gay. I think I was a couple volumes early. But we get, like, this sort of thing, because, you know, the last chapter was, like, you know, Sasuke was like, no, there was a callback to the chicken. I'm not even speaking properly. Oh my gosh. Like the emotions. Yeah, like there's a sense of like Naruto is freaking out. Oh my gosh. And so is Sasuke, but like in completely different directions. Like this is definitely the like fight and freeze. Like Sasuke is just completely freezing up. Naruto is just flipping out and rage moding. And then we have creepy McCreepy snake face dude is just being a creepy McCreep. And like yeah, we're getting the sense of like, you know, that Naruto is starting to, I guess, like the Foxy thing is gradually kind of appearing. So I'm guessing when it happens, it's gonna be like peak. For a dozen years. So this kid is 12. Have apparently gone from. So the brink of symbiote. Okay, so they're on the brink of like connecting, I guess. But the dude's like, yeah, this is neat and stuff, and then Sakura like prevents like Naruto from falling by like yeeting the. I think it's a kunai. I actually don't know what these throwing knife things are called. Like Sasuke is also just completely like frozen at this point. Like I think that's part of what makes like Sakura yell at him, because like Sakura's like, "What are you doing, like Sasuke and stuff? Like, why is Sasuke freezing?" You know. And then there's this sense of like, you know, like Naruto's, you know, like he might like kind of suck and stuff, but he's not a coward. And like this is probably like this feels like it's triggering like Sasuke's PTSD, because it seems like the brother dude like is called him a coward. So I feel like specifically like Sasuke is having flashbacks. Again, can we have some therapy for these children? And you know, like, and then I'm pretty sure this feels like this is a callback to like Naruto. But also this panel, like we basically, like, this is a shift in Sasuke realizing that he's like, oh, you know, like, he thought that his dream and, like, that his most important thing was murdering his brother. But, like, this is, oh, wait. But yeah, like, he's realizing that, like, maybe he cares about more than just that, and that maybe he's being stupid. And especially, like, Naruto being mentioned first. I know that Naruto is, like, partially the more important character, but it's also, like... And yeah, like, just... He's realizing... Character growth! Sorry, I am not being coherent at all. I am just... My brain is not braining. Like, oh my gosh. And everything is just everyone's just being traumatized and cool stuff. And then of course, like, Sasuke's already been going through it. We've got to make it worse, because Creepy McCreep Face, who I think he announced his name in this chapter, Orochimaru? Is that how I don't know how you I'm not gonna remember this doofus's name. Look, Naruto doesn't have to remember the poem. I don't have to remember your name, Snaky McSmake dude. And he's got like a long neck, and he bites Sasuke on the neck, which kind of reminds me of like vampires, I guess. Are vampires in Naruto? Wait, if vampires are in Naruto, that would be crazy. But I guess, yeah, like, I feel like also part of it, like, being bitten on the neck has, like, I think there's probably a reason why, like, vampires specifically bite then. Beyond, like, I know that people say it's, like, to do with, like, arteries and stuff, but I feel like there's, like, a closeness to it that makes it more creepy. Like, I feel like that it's specifically, like, a spot that being bitten on, like, there's something just about it. Like, that, yeah, just makes it feel like, I don't know, maybe if, like, someone can get, okay, maybe I need to, there's analysis here of, like, I guess, like, why specifically we kind of lean towards that for, like, this creepiness, and then, yeah, like, Sasuke is being hurt, and is, yeah, like, can we leave this child alone? And he's sort of being egged on and stuff, like, oh my gosh, like, I feel so bad for these children. Like, I know that I'm being hung up on that, but, like, oh my gosh, like, please have, okay, I am hoping that the manga gets some, like, filler like the anime does. I need these guys to have a stupid arc where they just eat ramen together, please. I need the breathing space, because these children, oh my gosh. I mean, not, like, like, I don't know how long this specific exam will be. And, like, the next exam is probably gonna be worse and worse. Like, I need these characters to get some sort of break at some point. Like, after the Chunin exams, which I don't know how long that's gonna take, because I remember that they took forever, can we have some nice breathing space for these dogs to just have, just one chapter, Kishimoto, please. Give me one chapter where I am not like, oh my gosh, these kids need therapy. Okay, this chapter at least hurt a little bit less, because it was more giving explanation stuff, so yeah. But except for this first panel, like, oh my gosh, just show me the most traumatized Sasuke possible, dude. Like, what? And I feel like that, like, yeah, this is traumatic for all parties, because I also, like, know that seeing someone in that state of distress is distressing. Like, like, Kakashi, you better have a good explanation for putting these children through this. I know that, like, this degree of things was not expected because this is coming from an extra bad dude, but I feel so bad for these guys. Like, yeah, I knew that Sakura's just left here with, like, a dude completely, like, panic attack feverish, and the other one is just, like, passed out. Like, yeah, I feel so bad for all of them. And then we've got, Lady Miduba. Wait, her name is in the front. I remember that they put it there. Anko. Okay. Oh, like the Kmart brand. So yeah, she's going after the big, scary, evil dude. And she knows exactly who he is. Because, like, I think it's implied that maybe, like, he taught her stuff. Like, he was her teacher. Or something. And yeah, like, he's sort of he wants to make, like, Sasuke a protege. There seems to be, like, this sort of creepy, like, predator vibes about him. Like, yeah, it's like, oh, you're going after the Hokage? And he's like, nah. That's too much effort. I don't have the stuff for that. Yeah, like, this dude is creepy. And then we sort of, I guess, are leaning in towards, like, sort of more stuff with, like, I'm hoping Kishimoto that you're a little bit nicer to the Rock Lee team. The Rock Lee and the other two guys. I forgot what their names are. I hope you're nicer to them, and that, like, we get a little bit of reprieve, but probably not. I feel like they refuse to give us any space. Yeah, like, Sakura's just looking after these two dogs. Like, can these guys have a break? Please. I feel so bad for everyone. Like, I feel like that's just 99% of my commentary is, like, this stuff is good. I feel like the fact that I care this much shows that you're doing something right, but still, like, can these guys catch a break? Okay, so my number one takeaway from this chapter is that that our main guys are having such a worse time than they should be having because they got targeted by Big Bad Dude. Because we get this chapter has a bit more of, like, comic relief stuff, which, thank you. Like, things have been getting pretty tense. So yeah, like, Sakura has not slept all night because she's, the only one, like, the other two are passed out. Like, she can't fall asleep. Like, honestly, like, that's so much commitment to, like, be nursing these two dogs to health, like, when she's barely functioning herself. And she's very much on edge. They're being targeted by, like, a group that's working for Big Bad Evil Snake Dude. And they tied, like, a bomb to a squirrel, which, rude. You're gonna get Peter coming after you. And Rock Lee, like, yeah, he's sort of the more comic relief, being like, if I catch all these leaves before they hit the ground, then, like, Sakura will fall in love with me. Everyone has a crush on everyone. I feel like this is the, like, most love triangle, because, yeah, I feel like a lot of series tend to have distinct pairings, like, this character likes this character, they like them back, or, like, they don't tend to lean into sort of this love triangle, like, they might have, like, one or two, but it's not this, I don't know, maybe it's like avoiding, like, fandom wars and stuff, but yeah, it seems like everyone's like, yep, I like this character, they like this character. There is sort of a goofiness to it, like, they don't feel particularly serious. I would say the most serious a crush is taken is, like, Sakura's on Sasuke's, and that's mostly just because she's a main character, and that's basically the extent. I feel like hers comes across as more serious just because she gets more to do, than, like, side characters. But yeah, and then, like, Rock Lee saves the squirrel, which, thank you. That was a butthead move. And then we've got the other team, the Fools team. I forgot what, like, I know there's Ino. I think that Shikamaru's the ponytail dude. I just know that they're the Fools because, like, that's how Naruto described them and stuff earlier. And yeah, she goes for, like, a flirty technique and, like, it's Angie. He really likes drawing, like, girls with this, like, when they get angry in this specific sort of way. But yeah, they're like, oh, we're idiots and stuff. And it's like, let's go pick up some weaklings. And one of them's like, I doubt we'll find anyone weaker than us. Like, yeah, like, see, if the Naruto gang were going through an exam like this, like, yes, it seems like a pain, but, like, comparatively, I'm like, okay, maybe I wouldn't hate on Kakashi and I can understand this. But no, of course they had to have a way worse experience. They can't go on a mission and have things go the right way. I mean, they can, but we don't get to see it. If we get to see the scenario, you know it's going bad. And yeah, they're like, they're the bad dudes are approaching, and, like, Sakura is good at, like, sort of pulling traps and stuff. Like, it doesn't exactly work, but again, like, I feel like I can cut some slack considering the fact that, like, she is nursing two dogs that are asleep, or, like, passed out. I guess asleep and passed out aren't the same thing. And, like, barely, staying alive herself. Like, having any sort of security is impressive. I feel like if I was in this situation, everyone's gonna be dead. And this gives a chance for Rock Lee to actually, like, show up and stuff. So yeah, let's hope that that we continue on this slightly more lighthearted path. Just because I need everyone to stop being so traumatized. You're traumatizing me. No, I do appreciate the stakes and stuff, but yeah, it's definitely using this jump rope of emotions where it'll go from, like, at 1 second it's like the most devastating thing possible, and then the next second it's like, yeah, we're having a toilet humor joke. Like, this is normal. Okay, so I have noticed that there might be a slight technique being used, the Kishimoto technique of of basically giving characters crushes so they have an excuse to go, like, plus ultra over characters they've barely interacted with. So yeah, we've got Rock Lee shown up because, like, everyone is just picking on the Naruto team. Like, this is, I guess, like, part of them are either motivated by the fact that the big bad dude's after them, or they're like, oh, we need to find someone that sucks. Naruto team! Like, that's why you don't throw 12s in this exam. Like, I don't know how much, like, it does also get a bit complicated, like, as we're sort of thrown in a world where these characters know each other outside of what we've seen, so it's really hard to gauge how close characters actually are because we don't see it. Like, it's just sort of implied that, these characters have got, a lot of them have either gone to, like, school together and stuff. And yeah, like, so I guess, like, Rock Lee's really into Sakura. Like, and is willing to, like, that, this is where I'm like, oh, okay, so this is, like, the plus ultra thing. Where, yeah, he, like, has, like, a secret technique that's forbidden that he's willing to use to save her. Because, like, she's exhausted. Like, she's been up all night, and, like, not only has she not been able to, like, sleep, but, like, the amount of tension you would have where you know that, like, if something comes up, you're the only line of defense. And then, like, the other team, the Eno team, that's like, yeah, we need to find some weaklings, and then, like, someone jokes about, like, I'm gonna say that, like, he's probably, like, the smart guy of the team, that's like, oh, like, the Naruto team is the weaklings, but, like, she gets all annoyed because, like, Sasuke, and yeah, he's just annoyed with her stuff. Like, I am imagining that she is probably very similar to, like, Sakura, just constantly going about, like, how Sasuke's so cool, and, like, he's the best, and no one's stronger than him, which, like, is wrong, but it is kind of funny, and it's like, oh, you know, like, we can't compete with Sasuke, which honestly is fair. I'm going to guess that's a fair assessment, but it's like, oh, Sasuke's passed out, and it's like, like, it's like, oh, okay, so I guess even more teams are going to come after these guys. Like, can you guys leave them alone? So yeah, oh, the next chapter is called Sakura's Decision, so I guess I'm going to have a guess that Sakura is going to be pretty involved in that. I mean, this is probably part of why she's on the cover here, is because, yeah, like, I guess, like, in the first half, we sort of had the Sasuke and Naruto stuff, and then they, like, passed out. So that does force Sakura to get to a bit more spotlight, because, you know, the other two are functionally not doing anything. Okay, I think we're getting some build up to learning, like, more about, like, Sakura's backstory and stuff, so yeah. It's going bad for everyone. Everyone's targeting and picking on these little 12-year-olds. I will keep emphasizing this fact, and we get some fun facts about ear canals and, like, balance and ear sound stuff. And, you know, Rock Lee is trying to help protect, which honestly, like, is kind of, like, even just not from a personal level, but it is strategic. Like, you kind of don't want people from your, like, other ninjas from your village to get murdered. Because, like, Rock Lee, I think, is from, like, the characters that all know each other are from, like, the Leaf Village, right? So keeping them all, like, safe and stuff is advantageous, because, like, in case you engage in war, like, I don't fully understand how this all works. Like, why are your soldiers all training together? Like, is that normal? Like, especially because I don't know how, like, in Alliance everyone is, and especially, like, killing each other seems a bit far. Yeah, like, and then we get a sense that, like, Ino and Sakura were friends, but they both like Sasuke. This makes me question the culture of, like, their society, because it's like, oh, well, like, if we both like the same thing, we must be rivals. Like, is rivalry just a part of this society where it's, like, you're unnecessarily competitive with each other? Like, is this part of, like, I guess the whole, ninja thing? Like, everyone's, you know, a soldier, everyone's competing with each other. Like, this doesn't feel particularly healthy, for this to be sort of the approach of everyone, where it's like, oh, we like the same guy, so we, like, have to hate each other. Like, why are we pitting these ladies against each other? Like, yeah, I'm hoping that we get a bit more emphasis on this. And then this is the chapter where, like, I was aware that, like, Sakura does cut her hair eventually, which right now, I think the thing is, like, that's the hair, like, that she has long hair because, like, she believes Sasuke's into that. The cut thing, honestly, the cut thing's drawn pretty cool, and yeah, like, everyone is freaking out like this is a big deal, and I feel like because that's, like, the end of the chapter and stuff like that, I think the next chapter is going to explain, because to me, like, I'm like, yeah, haircuts are like, not an insignificant thing, but, like, this doesn't feel like it's quite this big of a deal that you guys are making it out to be. Like, it's just hair. I don't know, maybe that's just me, because I did go from, like, I had hair down to basically, like, my back, and I cut it all off because I got depressed and wasn't brushing it. Some person out there has my hair. Shout out to random kid with cancer. Oh my gosh, no. I am losing it. But yeah, like, someone out there has my hair as a wig. It would be funny if it's someone from Lord of the Rings. Just because, like, will you wear wigs? I Okay, I think there's only a couple of chapters left because clearly I should not be awake right now. I am in a weird mood. Maybe it's to cope with how traumatic everything is here. How bad everything is going is that my brain's gone into silly mode. Okay, so this was the last chapter of the volume. We get a bit more insight into Sakura, which is cool. We like to see it. Just because, like, of the three, she definitely gets the least attention, which makes sense. Like, Naruto's the main guy, he's gonna get the most. And, like, your rival character tends to be up there as, like, often the second most important. If there's not some sort of, like, other character that has a reason to be more important. Like, maybe, like, a rival character, no, more like a mentor character, depending on whereabouts you are in the story. You know, she's, like, and, like, this artwork here is really cool. Like, she looks, like, all, like, fancy and strong and stuff. And, like, again, like, she is doing this whilst exhausted. She has not slept all night, and, like, she's, like, fighting against people that are clearly out of her, like, league in terms of, like, strength and stuff. And I feel like that they are very much trained to fight as teams. Like, they're probably trained in individual combat, but, like, they all work in, like, cells of 3. So fighting on your own is probably terrifying. Especially, again, she is 12 against these, like, I don't know, like, at least 15-year-olds that are, like, probably older. And, like, she's just she's going ham. Like, this is really cool stuff. And she's just, like, biting this dude. Like, I don't know why she is specifically biting him. Like, I don't know, maybe she just doesn't have any other measure. I mean, biting hurts. But I feel like there's more to it as to why she's specifically biting him. That I don't quite get. And we get, like, a bit of a flashback. So, like, Ino became friends with, like, Sakura because, like, Sakura was being bullied for, like, having, like, a big forehead. Like, her forehead doesn't even look that big. Like, everyone's forehead looks basically the same. But, like, she sort of, like, had, like, a fringe covering it and stuff. So, like, Ino gave, like, confidence. Like, I'm like, yay, these two are cute and stuff. And I'm kind of sad that they got, like, pitted against each other. Because I want them to be friends. Like, they seem to have had a nice, like, friendship. And it's like, oh, you guys like the same boy, so you gotta, like, hate each other. Like, no. Why? Why is this society so toxic? Yeah, like, and yeah, they've got, like, this sort of competitive thing going on. I kind of wish that it wasn't centered around a guy. Like, so that it could be, like, sort of like what Sasuke and Naruto have going on, but of course it has to be centered around a man. Why wouldn't it be? Sorry, I'm just kind of annoyed by that. But like, they seem to have, like, a cool thing where it's like, yeah, like, oh, your hair's growing longer, because, yeah, they found out a thing about, like, that, like, Sasuke likes longer hair, which I'm very curious, like, how reliable this source is supposed to be. Like, is this just a fact? Like, in what context is Sasuke going to reveal his preferences in, like, that sort of thing? He'd be like, I just want for, like, revenge. I have no space for dating. But then, like, what? He just was like, oh, but, like, if I had to pick, I would go, like, longer hair, maybe. Like, where did this come from? And yeah, we've got sort of, like, and then Ino's going to rescue. Honestly, everyone's rescuing each other. There definitely seems to be the sense of, like, the stakes have gotten high enough that everyone's kind of forgotten that they're competing against each other as teams, because, again, they're trying to murder children. Yeah, this was an intense volume. What's happening next? In the next volume, now that Ino, Choji, and Shikamaru... Okay, so Shikamaru's the ponytail, Choji's the chubbier one, I'm guessing? The one with, like, the spiky hair. That doesn't narrow it down, it's anime. The one with, like, he's got, like, swirlies on his face. Coming to Sakura's aid in the battle with the Sound Ninja. Will they be able to defeat these vicious foes? What strange forces come over Sasuke? How could Gaara's team have finished this portion oh, I was curious what was going on with Gaara. I'm like, did they forget Gaara's here? Like, so I guess, like, they just finished. And with all the time they've lost fighting, how on earth are they... Oh, right, yeah, because, like, they have a time limit. I'm curious, like, it'll probably be, like, something about, like, teamwork and friendship. Like, maybe because all these teams have teamed up together, they all get to pass. Like, they learnt the real lesson. And then we've got the ads. We got an ad for Demon Slayer. Dr. Stone. Astra Lost in Space mentioned. I like Astra Lost in Space. I have also, so like, I've read Demon Slayer. I remember I read the entire manga about the time season 1 came out. Like, I think I watched season 1 and stuff, and then went and read the whole thing. I forgot most of it. Haven't read Dr. Stone. I've heard it's pretty good. I've read Astra Lost in Space. I haven't read any of the Dragon Balls, so I haven't read Dragon Ball Super, because that's probably not where you should start. And then Tagami Bachi doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I've read that. Oh, we got more ads. We got One Piece, which I haven't read. I think I read 100 chapters, which for One Piece is nothing. And then we got the Wrong Direction thing. Honestly, pretty good volume. Still haven't really gotten to the things getting gay, but honestly, these guys are struggling enough. I feel like that. I'm like, no, guys, don't have gay yearning yet. You guys are having enough trauma without that. I mean, there's definitely some hints here and there where it's like, you seem way too familiar with each other. Why do you know these details about each other? Yeah, oh my gosh. I've got volume 7, has just arrived at my bookshop, because I had to order it in. I'm getting to a point where I'm getting far enough into the series where there might be a bit of delay between things, just because I need to order it in. They're not going to have all of them on shelf, because there's 72 volumes of Naruto. Plus, they also, my local bookstore has, the single volumes, and then also has the 3-in-1s. The first volume I bought was in the single format, and I like to keep them consistent, so that's why I've stuck with the single volumes rather than the 3-in-1s, because that's just, I found volume 1 first in that form. Because, I've got, Full Metal Alchemist, at the top, which I have in the 3-in-1 versions, but then it took me forever to find shops that were selling it in that format, because, for some reason it was just not how they were being sold. I also have, Death Note's one I buy in, the, black editions, which I think are 2 volumes per book. D. Greyman I have in the 3-in-1s, Yu-Gi-Oh! I have in the 3-in-1s. Some series, older series, 3-in-1 tends to be more common to find. Newer stuff, single volumes tend to be the way that you find stuff. I don't even know if Naruto has 3-in-1s yet. Maybe one day. Mashal doesn't. Mashal's still pretty new. I think it's finished now. I don't know, I fell off reading manga for a while there, so I need to catch up. I was reading everything that Shonen Jump released. All new series I was reading as they, came out for a while there. A lot of bad manga comes out. So yeah, I feel that half my list is, stuff that no one's heard of, because I was reading just cancelled Shonen Jump series. But yeah, that was an intense volume. I thought that, some of the others were intense, but I feel they just keep layering. I am so excited for, because we're only 6 volumes in. I don't know, that is, still pretty baby days, in terms of, series. I really need to study this guy, of, how he's able to get this degree of emotions and stuff. I don't know if it's just that there are, because I haven't read any series like this before, so I am curious that, eventually when I finish Naruto, when I move on to another series, how I react to those, and if the emotional intensity is coming from this, because I do know that, I did a read-through of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where, I was taking notes and stuff, and I cried on the final chapter of Yu-Gi-Oh! On that read. So, yeah, I feel sometimes that, when you engage that, with a lot closer, you do get more out of it. But yeah, Naruto might be peak. I have read it before, but I don't remember, but, I read it and it was just and, just moved on to the next series, but oh my gosh. I am so excited for when Sai finally shows up, which I know is going to be a while away, but he was my favorite, so I'm so excited to see him, because no one knew who he was. I was talking to people that were yeah, I'm into Naruto, and I'm ooh, who's your favorite? And they'd be Rock Lee, and I'm my favorite's Sai, and they're who? And I'm Sai. He's one of the main characters. Yeah, Sasuke is my favorite at the moment. I think it's just because he reminds me of Riku. We need to show off the Riku. Yeah. I have seen the Sasuke one. Actually, dang it, now I'm tempted. Now I want, I need to get that silly Naruto headband. I need to, yeah. Not this is Uzaducky approved.